Hello, hello. Welcome back to episode two of Motherhood is Ghetto podcast. My name is Joy and welcome back. Episode number 2. We're full steam ahead in it. Thanks to everybody who listened to episode 1. That was my very first podcast episode for this podcast. So it felt good. It felt good to post it and finally have it out. And it's just finally out there. So if you haven't listened to it, go ahead and listen to the very first episode. But this morning I woke up this morning feeling so grateful, so appreciative for life. So it's 9:43 here in Vegas. If you didn't know, that's where I live. I live in Las Vegas. But I just woke up feeling so grateful for life, feeling so thankful and appreciative to be alive today. So when I woke up, I prayed, listened to my little morning podcast that I like to listen to, and had the feeling to get up this morning and record my second episode. So I'm here. But I wanted to start off this episode with a quote that I came across this morning. So the quote is, "A mother is not a person to lean on, but a person to make leaning unnecessary." And I felt that at the pit of my soul, because that's really all, that is my goal. In the first episode, I talked about, mothers being tasked with the greatest responsibility of raising humans and making sure that they don't grow up to be menaces to society, but productive members of society. And a part of that is teaching them and giving them the tools that they'll need to be successful. So when they get older, they don't need you to hold their hand. They don't need you to do, tell them right from wrong. They don't need everything from you. And that is my ultimate goal with my kids. I do not want them to depend on me when they're older. I want them to go out, live their lives, follow their hearts and their dreams, and, be independent. And especially it's especially important to me because I do have a child with special needs, and it is extremely important to me to make sure that he is equipped enough so when he is older and he is an adult, he can live his life. He can live a great quality of life without needing his parents with him. And he's already so super independent now. And I just want to keep that same momentum as he gets older. But it's important for me, for all my kids, to have that. So I thought this was a cool quote. And when I stumbled across it, I was like, amen, preach, because I don't want no dependence all my life. It's cool now, but when they get older, I definitely want them to be independent, successful. They can come to me for little things. They need advice and stuff, but I ain't trying to house you if I don't have to. If you have the means, and you are responsible and can handle it, go do that. Proud of y'all. So, but in today's episode, I think I'm gonna name this episode "What's for Dinner," because when I was up this morning, I was down in the kitchen, getting my water and stuff. And excuse my voice if it sounds a little crackly. We took the kids to a baseball game last night, and I think the dirt and the grass kind of triggered my allergies. So I've been sneezing all morning and stuff. So if I sound congested or voice sounds weird, that's what it's from. But this morning I was up, and kind of, getting my water and stuff, in the kitchen. And my daughter asked me, what's for dinner? And I'm like, It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Why are you asking about dinner? Like, I feel like these kids are always hungry. Like, no matter how much you feed them, like, they just keep eating, and that, like, that's all they care about is dinner. They don't care about breakfast, lunch. Like, they want to know what's for dinner and what time dinner is. And I'm bringing up this topic because I want to know if I'm the only mother out there that absolutely hates cooking. Like, I used to feel bad about not wanting to cook for my kids and just like putting them a pizza in the oven or telling them like to make some noodles. Like, I really hate cooking. Now, don't get me wrong. Do not misunderstand that I know how to cook, okay? Because sometimes people be like, oh, you don't like to cook because you can't cook. No, that's not the case. I definitely can cook. I can even cook certain things from scratch. Yes, I do know how to cook from scratch. But cooking is just not one of those things at the top of my favorite things to do list. Like, it's not. And, I know that I spent a lot of years like feeling like, well, I have to cook something, like I have to cook a home cooked meal for my kids every day. But I'm not with that. And shout outs to the moms that do that. Like, y'all are the real MVPs. Like, but I can't do that. For one, the main reason I don't like cooking. I don't enjoy it. I know some people, like my mom says, it makes her feel good, like when she cooks and, she's pouring love into what she cooks. And I'm like, I don't pour anything into nothing except the ingredients when I cook. Like, I don't get any warm, tingly feelings inside. Now, I do feel good when my kids tell me that my food is good. Or like the other night, my husband had an idea. He was like, let's have tostadas for dinner. I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. So I made the tostadas and everything, and I gave them to my kids, and my kids was like, wow, this is great. We want to have this every day. And I'm like, y'all, it's basically a taco, basically just on like a flat tortilla. And they were like, and my daughter was like, yeah, but this is like a more elegant taco. And I was like, girl, goodbye. But they were like raving about it. And I was like, okay, like we can do tostadas. Like, that's fine. And then another dish that they like that I make roast. So they love that. They always like eat that up. So it's not the fact that I don't know how to cook, because I do. And I do feel happy like when they tell me, my food is good, but I just rather be doing something else. Like, my husband has recently started like YouTubing recipes and stuff and making us certain different things. And that's been really cool. And I'm the first one to tell him, baby, I will clean the kitchen for you. I will prep everything you need just as long as I don't have to cook. Like, I think that's what I enjoy most. Like, I get a very great sense of satisfaction and happiness when I'm cleaning. Like, I love to just, after I'm done cleaning the kitchen, done cleaning the house, I like to just sit back and look like, yeah, I did that. So I think that's my wheelhouse. But just these kids, like they want to eat all the time. And it's not like they're not getting fed, because I know here in Nevada, breakfast and lunch is free now for the kids. Like, every kid, no matter what their parents' income is, free breakfast and lunch for everybody. So I know my kids are eating at least 2 times before they get back home to me. And they're even eating breakfast before they leave for school. They're eating breakfast at school, and then they're eating lunch. But the first thing on their minds is dinner, and I don't know why, because, and what's crazy about it is they will ask me, what's for dinner? And never, that question is never posed to their father. Like, I probably can count on one hand how many times that they've actually asked their father what's for dinner. And I think it's just, I don't know if it's, I kind of want to see if there's research on that. Is it instinctive because mothers have been feeding their children from the beginning, so they just instinctively ask the mother what's for dinner, or, what can I eat, or what is there to eat, because they never ask their dad this question. And it's even to the point where if I'm gone, they say they're here all day with their dad and I'm gone, and like say I'm at work or I'm somewhere, I'll come home and they're like, "Hey mom, what's for dinner?" I'm like, "Why are you asking me that? I just got here. Like, how, like, you mean to tell me you haven't ate all day?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "But your dad was here. Like, you didn't ask him to, if he could make something, or if he can make you something, like, you didn't ask?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Well, why not?" And then they just look at me with a blank stare, like, why would we? Like, why are you interrogating us? Like, and I'm like, man, this is just, and I think that's probably too what's so frustrating for me, like around dinner time and around cooking, is because why is it always on me? Like, and I'm not saying that like my husband won't cook or he won't get up and cook, but it's like, kids, if y'all are hungry, and they can make their own food, they know how to do like their own top ramen, they can heat up their burritos, their corn, they are fully certified in using the microwave, which is great. So they can get stuff for themselves. But it's just when I'm not here, like the food train derails for some reason. And I'm like, I y'all already know, like, I'm gonna tell y'all to go get a microwavable or something. Like, why are you just waiting like for me to cook something? Y'all know I don't like to cook. They know this. My kids are fully aware. They don't care though. I think that that's nuts. But I want to know if there's any other moms out there that feel the same way. Like, because I know I used to feel guilty about it, like not cooking as often for them. And, you know, I would see like other moms and stuff like making these meals and stuff, and posting on Facebook talking about my kids always fed. They ain't never gonna go hungry. Like, yeah, like my kids ain't never gonna go hungry too, but I don't have to make them a 5-course meal every night. Like, who's still doing that? My mom didn't even do that. My mom is a great cook. She can cook her ass off. Always had, like, there. I don't even think that there's anything that I've ever ate of hers that was nasty. Like, my mom is a great cook, but my mom also worked a full-time job. Both my parents worked all the time. They worked a full-time job. So, I remember always, like, my mom would cook maybe like once a month. She'd make us like a good meal. But all the rest of the times, like, we were eating banquet TV dinners, chimichangas, Tina's burritos, top ramen. Because my mom, like, she worked, and when she came home, she was tired and she was uninterested in cooking for 4 kids. She was clearly uninterested. And I remember her going to the store and like buying like $200 worth of TV dinners every month. Like, so that way we can eat and feed ourselves. So I'm just I'm just at a point where it's like I it's not like I don't want to feed my kids. But it's just sometimes I just don't want to cook. Like, I am going to cook dinner tonight. I told them that I was making fish and they were like, "Yay, hooray." So that's another thing they do. They do like fish when I cook it. They like salmon. I introduced salmon to them earlier this year and they liked it. So we're going to have some fish for dinner. But yeah, they're just like, they hit me up at the butt crack of dawn. Like, "What is for dinner, Mom? What are we eating?" And it's like, ugh, it's just, but let me know what your thoughts are around dinner time, feeding your kids. What are some of your kids' favorite dishes? I want to know. So, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at motherhood_is ghetto. I'm going to post a little clip of this show, and I want you guys to, in the comments, let me know what y'all cooking for dinner tonight. It's Sunday. What do y'all do like a Sunday dinner tradition? I don't. I do not do that. But do y'all do a Sunday dinner tradition every week with your family? What does you guys' dinner routine look like? And I don't have like a menu or anything like that. I just kind of cook what's available in the house. Sometimes I take suggestions. And I think too, my kids are spoiled in that way because, like I mentioned, I do have a son with special needs. So he is very picky. He's a very picky eater. And I think the other kids over the course of the years jumped on that bandwagon. So at one point, y'all, I was making 3 different meals for dinner to appease each one of the kids. But I'm not doing that anymore. The furthest I will go is different variations of something. So like say if we're having chili dogs, because that's my son's favorite right now. He loves chili dogs right now. So he likes chili with no beans. Okay, so I will do the chili dogs and stuff with no beans. He likes his hot dog weenies boiled, like boiled in water. Okay, cool. My other son likes his hot dog weenies fried in a skillet. Okay. So I'll do different variations of the same thing that we're eating. But my daughter, she doesn't like chili dogs, hot dogs at all. She doesn't like to eat that. So what we'll do for her is if we have like some tortilla chips, we'll just make her some chili cheese nachos while the kids are eating, the boys are eating chili cheese dogs. So that's as far as I would go. But at one point, y'all, I was making 3 different meals. I was making one kid macaroni and cheese. I was making another kid a hamburger. And I was making another kid like some noodles. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's just too much. And then to top all that off, my husband is a picky eater also. So it's like, and they don't eat any of the things that I like to eat. Like, cause I grew up eating vegetables, fruits, like everything. The only things like I really didn't eat. My mom never cooked things for us that she wouldn't eat. So all the things that I like is what my mom likes. And I thought that I would have the same experience with my kids, but with my son has like he's autistic, just so for reference. So he's very picky about the certain foods that he eats because of the texture. So he's his sensory, like with the texture. So if it's too mushy, like he doesn't eat a lot of fruit because it's too mushy. And he doesn't like vegetables either. And then there's just certain foods that he just doesn't like to eat. And he prefers to eat foods that are like finger foods mostly. He doesn't too much like to eat with forks and spoons and stuff. He can and he will, but that's not what he prefers. And then on top of all that, my husband is a picky eater. He doesn't eat vegetables. I love vegetables. I love to cook vegetables. So he's pretty much like a meat and potatoes kind of guy. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It's hard. It's hard to find dishes where we can all eat and enjoy without me having to alter it in some kind of way. So that could also too be adding to the reason why I don't like to cook. So I think I just came to a revelation that it's my family's fault that I don't like to cook. But anyway, let me know you guys' thoughts around dinner time. What are your favorite dishes to cook for your kids? What have you found works, around a dinner routine? Let me know. Follow me on Instagram at motherhoodisghetto. And before I leave you guys today, I want to leave you guys with a positive affirmation, because I've been doing affirmations and stuff to start my day. And I feel like it's really helped me. It's really helped me to kickstart and get my day started. So, I wanted to leave you guys with this affirmation. So, I am the best mother for my children. I was born to be their mother. So if you ever feel like you're not cut out for this, or like you're just kind of struggling and you're like, oh, I can't get this mother thing right, just know that you were born and put on this earth to be their mother. And in certain things happen and stuff and moved into motion so that way it would bring you to this point where your children are here and you have been given the ultimate gift of raising them. So just know that you're here for a reason and they're here for a reason, and you were made for this. You are made for this. So don't ever doubt it. Don't ever question it. You are made for this. So until next time, thank you for listening. I appreciate y'all. Until next time.